Okay, it's time now for our featured poet. Sam, the poet Rashir, has been a member of this community since 1995. His mom credits Wednesday Night Poetry with saving his life, actually. He has been a long-time member. He's got some greatest hits poems that he'll probably do tonight. He's going to do some improv poems as well, and he also held this Wednesday Night Poetry torch so that we could keep it alive in the early 2000s. So it is my pleasure to welcome Sam, the poet, Rashir.
So because a lot of this is improv based and I have an idea of what I'm going to say, I have to give a couple of warnings before I start. Some of this may be erotic. Some of this has to have a trigger warning because it details the fact that I'm an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and it deals with what I have had to go through in my life. But let's start out with something fun first. Hey Cupid, don't point that thing at me. I'm tired of you flying on your little wings and your little chubby body going ding, 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 and shooting me with your arrows and never shooting the person I'm looking at when you hit me. And you always do it at the most inconvenient times. Like when I'm looking at her, or him. You are kind of cute though. See, you got a boyfriend, Cupid. Stop doing this to me. I'm tired of always having to deal with unrequited love because that's what you've always given me. And see, people get the wrong idea about you because the Romans made you a cute little chubby baby. I know what you were to the Greeks. I have a friend that told me that I'm cursed by Aphrodite because of my love life. And I said, I've read those stories. When Aphrodite wanted someone to be cursed, she got in touch with her son, Eros, who wasn't a chubby little baby. He fell in love one time and told his partner, you cannot open your eyes when I'm around, because when you see me, you will be terrified. So I see through the little chubby baby disguise and the little you don't tell people about the other arrows you shoot. The black arrows that you shoot to people and make them hate the person that they see next. You've never shot me with one of those because I don't live a life full of hate. No matter what people have done to me, accused me of threatening to burn down a venue when they're the one who did it, who threatened it. So just go, Cupid. My love life is confusing enough as it is. I don't need your help anymore. Just quit aiming that thing at me, please. That one was fun for a little bit, and then it kind of got a little bit dark. This is the one that has the trigger warning. This is entitled Hurt. And I have some assistance from Trent Reznor and the song. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real. I hurt myself today, just like I have every day since I was 12, delving into my memories, into my history, trying to find an answer of how someone could do that to a child, how someone could do that to me, how a loving God could let that happen. The needle tears the hole, the old familiar sting, try to kill it all away. But I remember just one thing. It's 2004. I was 34 years old and working at a marina store on Lake Powell, a location where the only way to get in or out was by boat or helicopter. If you came in by helicopter, you were a park ranger. If you went out by helicopter, you were a park ranger or did something really stupid. It was the 4th of July, and for some reason I had the day off. I don't know exactly what happened. I only know this. A park ranger found me in the rec hall in the employee housing. It had no air conditioner. This was the 4th of July in southern Utah, in the desert. It was 106 degrees. I was wrapped in a heavy comforter. I was staring blankly at a TV that was not turned on. My face was numb from crying. My voice was gone from screaming. Because I remembered one moment from the ages 8 to 14. It was at my elementary school. I was there with my best friend and his uncle, who was a janitor, and a school bus driver. He sent his nephew to the other end of the building. And then he took me into the faculty washroom. I remember rough hands. I remember begging, pleading, screaming, please stop, don't! But he didn't. What have I become, my sweetest friend? Everyone I know goes away in the end. I used to think that my fear of abandonment was irrational, because I thought I had never been abandoned. And then I realized every person that has been close to me, that has known me for more than 10 years, has abandoned me at one time or another. My family forgot my 20th birthday. Friends that I have known since the mid-90s from online that have come to see me here in Hot Springs to visit have walked away and come back. But it's not the same, because I know that when things get too rough, they'll just walk back away again because they can't deal with it. You could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. Something about you will see a 53-year-old man cry in front of you, because, yeah, that one brought tears to my eyes. This next one is an old idea, but it's always been improv-based. It's an open letter to potential future partners. Hi. You probably have figured out already that I'm weird. But I ought to go a little bit further. I'm a lot. I know that. You can't be me without being a lot. Between ADD, bipolar, PTSD, PTSD-created paranoia, and OCD. There's a lot to deal with me. I used to think I had split personalities because when I was on my manic highs, I was completely different than I was on my lows. And people couldn't reconcile that I was the same person at both times, because in my lows, I would be sitting back there in the corner with the hoodie over, covering my eyes, and not saying anything to anybody. My manic highs, I would be about like I am now, which is saying hi to everybody, shaking hands, smiling, and being friendly. That's a completely different story. See, you really don't understand what I mean when I say I'm a lot. I'm a polytheistic, polyamorous, polysyllabic, pretty boy. At least that's what I've been told. I've had more than one person tell me that I'm pretty. I even had people that I asked to tell me it was a lie when someone called me that, tell me, you didn't know? And I said, no, because I've lived for 40 years and no one had given me a compliment about my appearance at all. So maybe compliment the men in your life because you never know how they're going to feel about it. But that's, there's a lot to unpack in what I just said about, I used to be Christian. Then I was agnostic. And then I was like, maybe the ancients had a better view of things. Maybe the river is a god. Maybe there are gods in all the trees and the rocks, the mountains, the valleys, the springs. So, why not believe in them? Polyamorous, I'll get to that one at some point in the future when you're ready for that. Because I just found that out myself recently. So, the thing about me and being in a relationship with me is I babble a lot. And you can do one of two things. You can either grab my hand or grab somewhere else and get me to stop. Or you can let me talk and let me ramble and let me babble. Because sooner or later, something beautiful might come out. Like when the morning sunrise slowly flickers across your face, I see the beauty of within. Yes, I stole that from one of my own poems, but you get the idea. So, if you decide you want to run away as soon as I say hi to you, I understand. I'm a lot to deal with. But if you stick around, you'll realize that while I'm a lot to deal with, I have a lot of love to give. And I would like to give it to you, whoever you are. Okay, so I guess I should talk about the elephant in the room that I just revealed in the last one, because y'all probably didn't know that about me. There's other things that you probably didn't know that about me that I've only learned about myself recently. I've learned that I'm bi-curious or heteroflexible. Of course, the first one, I read that and I said, how could I be that interested in bicycles? I don't have a balance to ride one. And the other one, I'm like, wait, are you telling me I'm a straight man that's really, really good at gymnastics? So, yeah, I'm both of those. Does it mean that I've had experiences? No. Does it mean that I plan on having experience? No. But there are people, a few men, that I would go on a date with. Some of them, the chances are very slim because they're like really famous celebrities. Some of them are people I know. But they're in a relationship with somebody that I like. So I'm not going to try anything because I don't want to split up a relationship with anybody else. I don't expect everybody else to be polyamorous. I just know that I am. Which brings me to one of my friends. I don't say that we're in a relationship yet, but she added to the pretty later. Well, one, I asked her if I should keep my shirt buttoned up to here, and she said, no, unbutton one more button. I said, why? If I do that, everybody's going to know I'm pretty. She said, that's because you are. She also says I'm charming, which is funny because she hasn't heard me talk in person. She's only seen a video of once. But she's coming to visit later this month. She's going to come here. So that'll be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do some of my haiku. No, Howard, they're not traditional haiku. You've heard most of these. I can say that between me and Dale Dunbar, we made the man who basically started the head-to-head haiku at Poetry Slams break composure. And he was notorious for not breaking composure, partly because of our haiku, like this one. When I gaze into your eyes, my inner Muppet comes out. I'm not Molly. Richie, are you? Sleep with you, I will. Jedi Master Booty Call. My pretty it is. That booty, please. Yoda, screen test for Shaft. And one more. My duty it is to offer that booty to please. Darth Vader as Shaft. Okay, that leads into this poem. I originally wrote this poem because Howard Kilby had a poem that I wanted to record, and he told me no. So I wrote this poem. It starts and ends with the same haiku. I figured that out, at least according to head-to-head haiku rules. The head-to-head haiku rules are 17 syllables and whatever. I included this one because it has an improv element in it, and we'll see what happens. Under the bridge, all alone. Just me and a lifetime supply of words. Reflection, then selection. Choosing the best, most powerful. So that the sensation of my revelation lingers long after my voice has fallen silent. I ponder each thought. I breathe each feeling until I become one with the word. Life breathes while we weave this way and that, skirting the thin line between genius and insanity. Listening to bluegrass with the bass turned up full blast. I have become the sound of a generation of streaming icons. I have become the voice of a generation of angry idiots. I have become the word. I have become the word. I have become the words are driving me insane. Poetic imagery destroys all my preconceptions. The sky is red. The grass is singing. The moon is made of limber. Words thoughts and images flow and merge into a river of imagination that flows and merges with other rivers until it becomes a mighty torrent, a raging maelstrom of raw, unbridled poetry. There's someone that should be here tonight, but he can't. The reason why is because he had a heart attack in the shower on the 29th of July. 15 days after his birthday. 14 days after he walked 8.1 miles to celebrate his birthday. Unfortunately, that's probably part of what did him in. The thing is, according to his cardiologist, he was a miracle. He had been surviving on 3/4 of a living heart for 10 years, hiking weekly, 5, 8, 10 miles. Walking at the Y when he wasn't hiking for 2, 3 hours at a time. And then his heart just gave out. The person I feel the worst about it is my sister. She was stuck in the bathroom with the paramedics and the pen because she had to take over doing chest compressions because I couldn't stay in the position that I needed to be in to do them, because my knees gave out. We had to rearrange rooms in the house. My mom can't even go into their bedroom that they used to have. She can't sleep in their bed. My sister can go into the bedroom, and she can go into the bathroom as long as she has her back turned to the shower and looks down like this, so she doesn't accidentally see the mirror. I'm oddly okay with using that bathroom, taking a shower in that shower, sleeping in that bed, living in that room. But that's because I see death differently because of my beliefs. To me, death is not an end. Death is a transition to whatever comes next. I also believe in ghosts, and I know that he's come to visit a few times. I've had to tell him, Dad, we're okay. Yeah, the room's a mess. I'm sorry, but you know that. You can go on. You can go to what's next. Under the bridge, all alone. Just me and a lifetime supply of words. My dad's favorite poet at Wednesday night poetry was not me. His favorite poet was Karen Hayes. She was the only other poet he would make me bring him to see. He always came to my features, even though he didn't understand most of what I was talking about. My dad was a math teacher. He's a very logical brain. He had a very logical brain. I'm not logical 90% of the time. So he had trouble understanding, but he came to show support. Karen, he would see that I wouldn't even tell him that she was the next feature. He would see it in the paper saying, "You're taking me Wednesday night." I was like, okay. So, one of his favorite musicians was Jimmy Rogers, the original Jimmy Rogers from the 20s and 30s. And he didn't realize that there was something I could do that Jimmy Rogers would do on some of his songs. Dad didn't teach me this. I learned this by watching his Uncle Souther, who was called that because his first name and last name were the same as my dad's. All around the water tank, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. I walked up to a brakeman to give him a line of talk. He said, "If you got money, I'll see that you don't walk. I haven't got a nickel, not a penny can I show. Get off, you railroad bum." He slammed that boxcar door. He put me off in Texas, a state I dearly love. The wide open spaces all around me, the moon and stars up above. Nobody seems to want me or lend me a helping hand. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for a train. Okay, there is one point that anytime I do a feature, I have to do. Because I'm convinced if I don't, somebody's going to be out there with a pistol saying, "Get back in there and do that point." Those of you, which is most of you that have heard this before, do not spoil this for the ones who haven't. Because this is a love poem. It's a tender, gentle love poem. Dreams flow soft, mixed with mandolin rain, slowly flowing downriver to the sea. Softly I whisper your name, letting it fly away, echoing through the canyon like a disappearing dream of yesterday. Sometimes I wonder if you truly understand the power of my love for you. Sometimes I wonder if you truly understand the strength of my love for you. My love for you is stronger than 100 hurricanes. My love for you is stronger than 1,000 thunderstorms. My love for you is stronger than 1,000,000 flash floods. My love for you is stronger than all the armies of the world. And if that doesn't tell you how I feel, baby, I just want to tell you, I will pour my love all over you. like gravy. Like gravy on biscuits. Ooh. Like gravy on ham. Ooh. Like gravy on mashed potatoes. Ooh. Like gravy on fried chicken. Ooh. Like gravy on eggs. Ooh. Like gravy on gravy. I just want to spit my love all over you like cream cheese on a pig. Like peanut butter on jelly. Let's just take a big old peanut butter jelly and love sandwich. You eat one slice of bread, I'll eat the other. Put the jelly on me and the peanut butter on me because it makes it easier to hold on to you. You make me feel young even though I'm getting old. I said you make me feel young even though I'm getting old. Said you make me feel young even though I'm getting old and the winter nights are so cold. And when I'm old and gray, down, you left me all alone, down, I'll look in the mirror and say, down, I'm old and gray, down, my hair may be gone, down, blown away by the winter wind, down, still got my memories, down, still got my memories, down, still got my memories of you. And then we go play fried chicken, mashed potatoes, biscuits, ham, eggs, gravy, gravy, gravy.